everyone, Carter D. Coming. Time for another edition of Hobby Toku Anime. And let's start with officially continuing Beyblade Retrospective with the first part of V Force. I did a primer for the new stuff. Go watch that if you're not sure. And now let's finally do part 1. Okay? Good. This season kicks off. The season kicks off with Tyson against his grandpa. They battle. Tyson's late for school. Basically, Tyson gets to school, and we get Kenny explaining that since last season, about almost a year has passed since last season's finale, and basically all the Blade Breakers went their separate ways for now. Basically, they do that. Tyson gets laid. Hillary gets disappointed. Go watch the video if you want to know more about Hillary. Understand a little, but the primer is basically she's your point of view character that doesn't understand the Beyblade stuff at the beginning, but joins as a neutral by the end of the season. Got that good. Basically, do that. Tyson gets sponsored for a tournament. He battles. It gets delayed for it after getting punished for school because of Hillary. The teacher's like, okay, we have to enforce it because that's a good idea. Then around before waiting, Kenny and Dickens talk, and Dickens promotes a thing called the Bay Analyzer, which in most Beyblade series, the Bay Analyzer is your point tracker for this series. And unlike the other point trackers where they're introduced at the beginning of the series, this is not introduced around the middle, which is kind of shocking for me, but let me not explain. To do that, Tyson gets to work, battle a person named Mr. X. Mr. X defeats Tyson, and basically Tyson loses against Mr. X. Or Flash Schlepper hits his bay. I don't want to explain that. Now for episode 2. Basically, episode 2 kicks off where episode 1 ends with Kenny looking for clues, kind of confused. Tyson gets depressed trying to want a rematch. They fight, and then Hillary getting forced focus gets into Tyson. Then Tyson and forget his name, but basically Flash Leopard. And it's revealed at the end of the second episode that the hit Mr. X's, or Azuma, which I'm now called, it's revealed he had visible bit piece. However, along the way in the second episode, we see Ray and Max encountering their Saint Shield members, which I'm going to call for the whole team. So basically, the female member battles Max, and Tyson battles the young member. They battle, they all lose each of their battles. That's like a weird coincidence. Now for episode 3, Tyson battles Tao again, and you learn that Hillary can't see the bit piece, which you don't know yet, but kind of hinted, but they lose again. Next episode is basically some authority figures basically encounter Tyson, and the authority figures are basically battling Tyson, and all of a sudden Tyson defeats them easy with hard control of Dragoon for some reason, loses control, but still not officially. Next up, episode 5, which we finally know what happened to Kai. Kai has retired, so you think. Really, he does. Kent meets a guy, kid gets interested. Why did you quit, so to speak? Then we get introduced to our Vortex Ape user, which is forget his name, but basically they battle, Saint Shield battle, and the Kai wins. Not really wins, but they tie, unlike all the others which were lose, which kind of points later for next time. Anyhow, next episode is the government, the scientist people, or the psycho thing, or whatever they're called. Basically, they attack Team Psychic. That's their name. Basically, they do it, and this season gets metal. I mean magnets. Yeah, magnetic gimmick is this season's gimmick with Magnet Gear. In our 6th episode, we finally get introduced to that gimmick with our first like with a subplot, Tyson battles. They do it. Tyson gets a blue rip cord down, but has a magnetic thing as like anime BS sort of element. That next episode, episode 7, is trying to find along the way. Kai has showed up. Kai is back now in the plot for now. Basically, that everyone gets they recap about Kai's rash thing about from last season's finale, but really now better. But basically, Kai's now back as a team member, and Kai's to help Tyson. Well, the Saint Shields are like revealing that Team Psychic are basically want to battle the Brave Breakers. They reunite the team, and episode 7 ends with the introduction of Max and Ray coming back, getting ready to come back. That's good. And also, by the way, Dragoon is now Dragoon V from the upgrade. Dragoon V gets introduced in between, just to know. Next up is episode 8, and our final episode for this part. Basically, this episode is about Hillary basically getting angry about trying to go back to basics, and the whole episode ends with Kai realizing basically that, well, along the way, Ray gains Trigger V off screen, like in between the trip, as like a B plot scene, but really the point is he's got his upgrade. Got that? Good. And now the season, our part ends with episode 8 ends with everyone getting knocked out from a gas. And what happens next? Find out in part 2. Hope you like the video and comment below if you like Beyblade V Force. I don't. It's like the weakest season original, but it's okay, which I will explain later. But anyhow, this is coming saying bye-bye for now.